Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to be making a video that you guys want to see apparently. I put up this poll and asked what videos you guys would like to see, and most people want to see this video. And I'm going to be talking about admissions, financial fit, choosing your courses, and visas and even scholarships. So make sure that you watch this video to the end. Let me know if at any point you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. In this video, I'm going to be giving you all the websites. They will be in the description box. And I have my laptop here, so I'm basically going to be showing you guys everything on the screen after now. And I'm going to divide this video into different sections in case you want to see any particular section. So look out for the timestamps and go watch whatever part is relevant to you. So if you're watching this video, then you must already know about the University of Glasgow. University of Glasgow is located in Glasgow, which is a city in Scotland in the UK, and it is one of the top 100 universities in the world and a top university in the UK. And it is really old. It's a really old university, and they have so many courses, and it's a great opportunity studying at the university. So the first thing that we'll be talking about is admissions. So the first step to admission is to choose the course that you want to study. And this is very important. You have to decide if you want to do a postgraduate course, an undergraduate course, or a diploma or a certification kind of course. And what you do is go to the University of Glasgow's website. And to find the website, you can easily just search University of Glasgow website on Google, and you go to the most relevant one, and you would see the University of Glasgow. The website is gla.ac.uk, and you decide if you want to do undergraduate course or postgraduate course. If you want to do an undergraduate course, you go to find a program. If you have a program already, all you have to do is search the program here. So let's say I want to study biochemistry, so I go to biochemistry. That is there a BSc or MSCI. But if you don't know the course you want to study, you go back and simply click show all, and you see all the courses that the university offers for undergraduate programs. And it's all here, and all you have to do is choose the course that is relevant to you. So let's say I want to do an undergraduate program. All I need to do is look through, and let's say I want to study genetics. I click on genetics and I look at the requirements. So, as an undergraduate student, most undergraduate courses will be through UCAS. So, you go through the entry requirements and you see the requirements for entry in 2024, and it's ABBB, like three B's, one A for A levels, I think. You also go to career prospects, and here they tell you recent graduates have taken research, support, or leadership roles in academia, industry, and public services. Many graduates have entered teaching, medicine, blah, 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 blah. And you read that. The next thing you need to go to read is fees and funding. So you would see that tuition fee depends on where you're from. So you click tuition fees for details. Here you choose the most relevant one. So Scottish students, English students, and international students and EU students. So I would click that one because that is relevant to me. And here that you see that tuition fee will vary depending on your fee status and your program. And you just click the year that you're coming. So tuition fee for 2024/25 is here. So like just read everything. Like for I was choosing genetics, so my course would be science, engineering, nursing, and College of Medical, Veterinary, and Life Sciences. So my course is definitely here, like in this program, and my tuition fee is 30K. So 30,000 and £240. You go back to the course page, which is where we were before. And here you also see how to apply. So full-time students must apply through the universities and college services, college admission services, UCAS. So basically, you apply through UCAS for undergraduate programs, and you look at the deadlines. Like, make sure you are looking at the application deadlines. So if you're international student, the deadline is 30th June, and if you are doing dentistry, medicine, veterinary medicine, you have to apply early because the deadline is in October, probably just because of those courses are more competitive. So after looking at everything, you then click apply via UCAS. So as an undergraduate, you apply under UCAS and click your course option 2024/2025, and you simply just click apply. I'm not going to be clicking apply because I'm not applying actually. So that is how you do if you're an undergraduate student. Now we'll be looking at how to do for postgrads. So we go back to home and we go back to postgraduate study. So the same thing, if you know the course you want to study, simply just search the course. If not, you do search or you do top programs A to Z. So here you have all the postgraduate taught programs, and let's say I'm clicking on biomedical sciences because that's what I did. And here you don't apply through UCAS for postgraduate programs, you simply apply through the university. So here, of course, you read this website properly, you look at why this program, so you look at why you want to do the program or why the university thinks that the program is good, and then you look at the structure of the program. So for postgraduate programs, it shows you most of the courses that you would take throughout the year. And this is actually very correct because in first semester we took higher skills, presentation skills, molecular genetics, and these are the other optional courses. And for career prospects, definitely look at that to see that okay, people who actually do these courses and progress through to other fields or progress to do something else. Here you can progress your career as a biomedical scientist or pursue a PhD within the life sciences or medical services, and previous students have gained employment in various places. So the next thing that you need to look at is the fees and funding. So for postgraduate courses, the fees are usually on the course website, so you don't have to click on tuition fee. So here all you see is if you're a UK student is 10,000, and if you're an international student is 30,000. So another thing about postgraduate programs is that you have to pay a deposit. So deposit is like a fee or part of your fee that you pay before to secure your place at the university. Once you've applied and they send you your offer, then you have to pay a deposit and they send you this cards, and then you are assured that your space or your space in that course is secure. So you check the fees and funding, check the entry requirements. It's very important that you check. So here you look at that a 2-1 honors degree is required, and 2-2, if you have a 2-2, then you have to have strong subject specific expertise and you may be considered. And you can see relevant subjects here: biochem, biology, biotech, microbiology, pharmacy, da 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 da. And you also look at this part that is for international students, and make sure that you're always reading the international student part of any website because that is the part that's most relevant to you. There will say international students. I will click on find out more about entry requirements, and I just simply search my country. So let's say I search Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, and here. So I see the requirements for Nigerian students coming to the university. So for undergraduate students, you'll be considered if you have all A's and B's in your WAEC. So if you want to do undergraduate program at the University of Glasgow, you just need to have A's and B's, and you can be accepted. So the previous time where I talked about three B's and an A for undergrads, that is for UK A levels. But because we don't do A levels in Nigeria, or the A levels that we do is not the same. So here you be considered if you have YEC or A's and B's. Then I go back to postgraduate top entry requirements. Most importantly is the English language requirement. We know that if you are coming to an English speaking country, you would need to provide an English language test. And most countries require to do an IELTS or a Cambridge test or the other one. But for the University of Glasgow and most universities in the UK, actually, you would be admitted if you have a C6 or higher in your WIEC or NECO English. For courses that would require like an IELTS 7.0, you need a B2 for those courses. And you would need to have graduated from a Nigerian, Ghanaian, Kenyan, South African, or Zimbabwean university in the last 5 years. When you're making application and they ask you for IELTS, simply just upload your WIEC or NECO. And if the university doesn't get any result from you, then they may ask you to give a waiver form sort of to your university saying that you were taught completely in English. But honestly, like if you had a C6 and above or a B2, simply just apply with your WIEC and don't go urging yourself to write IELTS because we speak English, they speak English, it's literally the same language. So, and here also you look at scholarships, which I'll be touching on soon, prospective student information sessions, study abroad exchange opportunities, meet us, contact us, and all of that stuff. So, I will go back to the course that I was doing, biomedical sciences. So after checking the international students requirements, I will simply look at the application deadlines again. First of all, it's good to look at the guidance notes when you are using the online application because that is really important. And here as well, it shows you the documents that you need to upload. So here you have the degree certificate, your official academic transcript if you've finished, translations of your certificate if they're not in English, a reference letter on headed paper. Some courses would require two, this course requires one. So make sure that you are reading all of these things. Then evidence of your English language ability. If you're coming from Nigeria, Ghana, and all those countries I mentioned, just simply upload your WIEC on ECHO and any other documents that you see in the entry requirements and a copy of your passport photo page. So when you are applying, look at like all these things here, like your name and date of birth should be exactly as it is on your passport, and your contact details, your course of choice, your proposed date of entry, educational qualifications, your English language proficiency, and employment and experience if it's relevant to like your requirements. Application deadlines is important because for the University of Glasgow, this wasn't here before. There were no like rounds of different applications. It was just apply and you get hear back. So now they've done it in such a way that if you apply before a certain date, you hear back by so date. So here there's round one, round two, round three, round four, round five. So if you're an international student, then look at this very well. So if you apply between first and 1st of October and 1st of December, you hear back by 5th of January. So this is a good thing because you know when if you don't get a reply by then you know that like you can start chasing them. And now all you need to do is click the apply button and it takes you to the application portal and you just simply create an account, put all your details and it sends it to your email. Now that you've applied, or once you've applied, the first thing that will happen is that you would get a decision. So you've put in all your documents, you fit the course requirements, and they're like, oh, we're happy to offer you a place. We can't wait to meet you at the University of Glasgow. So the thing that will happen is that they will ask you to pay a deposit, and this deposit depends on the courses. Some courses like biomedical sciences require a £2,000 deposit, and some courses require like £1,000 and others none at all. So like most competitive courses will require deposit while others wouldn't. So make sure that you check that you require a deposit and the deadline for you to actually make this deposit. Once you've paid your deposit, your place has been secured, and then university will let you know that they would be issuing cast numbers from so time to so time. So once you receive your cast, this is a confirmation of acceptance of studies, and it's literally what it means. Like you've confirmed that you've accepted that you're coming to study and the university has accepted you as well. Once you receive this cast, it comes into your email address. So your registered email address, you get this and there's a cast number there. And the cast email also includes like the start date, the end date, and details of your course, how long it is, and like the codes and what qualification it meets for the visa office. So it's like it comes, you go to the visa office and then you apply, and the visa office checks that against what the university has sent to them. So once you get this cast number, it's time for you to apply for your student visa, and all you need to do is just search for UK student visa, and you would see the website come up, and you just go to UK student visa overview and click on that. And here you would see everything about the student visa, the courses, the money you need, and different things. So the first thing is that you must have an unconditional offer of a place on a course with a licensed student sponsor. So your university has to be licensed. So you click on licensed student sponsor and you check if the University of Glasgow is licensed student sponsor. So that's the register for student sponsors, and you just download that. Simply just search for the University of Glasgow. Yes, so University of Glasgow is a student sponsor. So now we can continue with our student visa application. So now that you've confirmed that the university is a licensed sponsor, then it also says that you can do one of the following courses: a full time course leading to a qualification that's below degree level of RQF 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of this is just like postgraduate, foundation, masters, and yada yada. So like go through all of that, and it says once you've been offered, or once they've offered you a place on the course, your education provider will send you a reference number called a CAS, and you must enter this reference number on your visa application. So like once you get your CAS, like I said, make this application. Next, you go to money that you need. So when you are coming to the UK, you would need to have a bank statement showing that you have enough money to pay your tuition fee and support yourself while you're staying in the UK. So the first thing that you need to have is a course fee. This course fee would be excluding your deposit. So let's say for biomedical sciences, the tuition fee was 30k and we've paid a 2k deposit. So now we're left with 20k. So the visa office is saying that you need to have enough money to pay your tuition fee for 1 year. So you need to have 20k. And if you've been in the UK for less than at least 12 months, you don't need to prove that. But if you're coming from another country, then you do. And then you also need money to support yourself. So you need to show you have enough money to support yourself, unless you have a valid visa. And how much money would depend on where you'll be studying. So 1,334 thousand pounds for 9 months for courses in London, and 1,023 per month for up to 9 months for courses outside of London. So because we're outside of London, we need £1,023 for 9 months. And that will give us £9,207 plus your 20k that is remaining from your tuition fee. So that and that together will be £37,207. So this is what you need to have in your bank account when you're applying for your visa. And you need to have this in your account for a period of 28 days. So you must have this money for at least 28 consecutive days. And they gave an example here saying that if you submit your application on 1st of January 2021, you'd have to show that the funds were in your bank account for at least the 28-day period ending on 1st December. So once you've paid your deposit, you're waiting for your cash, you should have this money in your account so that it will be 28 days, not too far away from when you're actually applying for your visa. I always advise people to detect, like avoid applying for visas August, September, because that is peak period and there's so many people applying, so many people trying to come in. So do this by June or July. So you see, you have like so much to do. You need to pay a deposit, you need to get the cash, you need to have money in your account for 28 days, and then you need to apply for a visa and then wait 3 weeks or more maybe, but at least 3 weeks to get a decision unless you pay for a faster service. But if you live in any of these countries, Australia, Canada, England, um, Malaysia, you don't need to show any evidence. But if you don't live in any of these countries, then you definitely have to show evidence. Then we go to knowledge of English. So when you're applying for a visa, Home Office will need to know that your um, university or your sponsor has checked that you have an English certificate. So basically, all you need to do here is just apply with your WAEC or NECO, and you're fine. You don't actually need to do much here. Next, we go to documents that you need to apply, and here it just tells you need a current passport, your CAS from your course provider, which is your university, and then you also need a bank statement showing that you have the money to support yourself and money to pay your tuition fee. This bank statement, the money that you actually need in this account depend on how much your tuition fee is and how much you've actually paid. So if, for example, instead of paying 28K, I paid 5K or 10K, I would need less in my account because I've already done that. But that's like depending on you and what you want to do. So you'd also need a valid ATA certificate, but this is not for everyone. As a biomedical science student, I don't need an ATA certificate. But if you're doing like an engineering course, physics, you would need this ATA certificate. And all you need to do is just click on it's a certificate and it takes you to where you need to apply for that. You need proof of parental or legal guardian consent if you're under 18, and proof of your relationship to that parent. So basically your birth certificate. And you would also need a tuberculosis test result depending on where you are from, and recent consent from your university if you are under a scholarship. So if you're under a scholarship, you don't need to um, use a bank statement. All you need to do is just use that consent from your sponsor or university saying that you have a scholarship and everything is basically covered. If you click on tuberculosis test, it tells you who needs to be tested and the listed countries that if you're from that country, definitely you need to provide this result. And when you click on the listed countries, it tells you all the approved clinics that you can do this test. And I'll simply just go to N in Nigeria. And here I see that if I've lived in Nigeria for 6 months or more, then I'll definitely need this test. And if I click on tuberculosis testing in Nigeria, it just takes me to all the approved clinics in Nigeria that I can get this result. So after looking at all the documents that I'll need to apply, I will simply just click apply. And here it shows you that if you're applying outside of the UK, that you would need to give your fingerprints and photograph at the visa application center. And all you simply need to do is click start now, and it takes you through all the application processes. So as long as you have all your documents, then this is not really a problem because let's just click the right answers, you apply and wait for your decision. And it states here that it takes about 3 weeks to get a decision, but you can definitely pay if you want a shorter decision time. Now that you've applied for your visa, like what is next? So there are two things that can happen. In between, while you're waiting for your visa decision, you may get an email that's asking you to provide evidence of like something. So anything can happen, like the visa application officer may not understand your application, You may have clicked something wrong, or like there was an error in one of your documents, and they would ask you for more evidence. It happened to me, so don't be afraid if you get such an email. So all you need to do is send them this evidence and include that in the email, and you get a decision. So it happened to me, and I got my decision in 2 weeks. So if you don't get this email, what you get is a decision email saying that your application has been decided on, and what you need to do is go to the visa application center and get your passport. But I think there's an option for you to get your passport through DHL. So there's like a delivery service for getting a passport. But when you go to get your passport, in the envelope, you will get your passport and a biometric resident permit letter. And this letter tells you, oh, yes, your application has a decision and is being granted, and you collect your BRP on so day. It also tells you what dates you're allowed to enter into the UK. So once you are applying for your visa, there's a point that asks you, um, where do you want to collect your BRP? Some people decide to collect it at the university, which I think is reasonable, but other people may decide to collect it somewhere else, at a post office or somewhere that they are more familiar with. So all you need to do is go to the University of Glasgow website and just search BRP. Here it tells you what a BRP is and who can collect a BRP from the university. If you're applying for a student visa from outside of the UK, you can choose to collect your BRP from us. To do so, enter the ACL code 2HE499 into the relevant part of your visa application form. So literally that's all you have to do. Like once you see when you want to collect your BRP, enter ACL code, enter that code, and your BRP is sent to the university. And once you get into the UK, you get an email saying that your BRP is ready for collection. And you go to the Fraser building, you can have an appointment, and they'll tell you where to come to. So you just go there, collect your BRP. And this is like the first week of your coming to the UK. So it's important that you actually get that as soon as possible. So another important thing in this video that I will be touching on is scholarships at the University of Glasgow. So for the University of Glasgow scholarships, the best place that you would find scholarships that you're eligible for is to literally search University of Glasgow scholarships. And once you go to this website is gla.ac.uk/scholarships, you filter the results. So this is the best place to find it, because on your course pages you will see scholarships that your course is eligible for, but you may not know which ones your country of origin is eligible for. But here it's easy to search for that because you just filter the results. So here you just say I am an applicant. You choose your course. I am biomedical sciences, and my country is Nigeria. So I'll just search for that and submit and wait for the result. So here I can see all the scholarships that I am eligible for. I am eligible for the alumni discounts, the sanctuary scholarships, um, University of Glasgow International Leadership Scholarships, the African Excellence Award, the African Partners Award, Chancellor's Award for Nigeria specifically, and some other external funding like Chevening and Commonwealth. So this is basically where you find all the scholarships. And I think that I have touched on most things that you would need to get into the University of Glasgow. It is literally a straightforward process. The university makes it in such a way that it's so straightforward, and as long as you meet all the requirements and you have all your documents ready, you pay your deposit, then you have no problem. And you can also contact the university, the international student support. I'll put in the email here for you guys to see, so you can contact them if you have any issues. And you can also reach me on Instagram if you have any questions as well. If there's anything else that you want me to touch on, or any other videos that you want me to make, then make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section or reach out to me on Instagram. You can also share this video with people that you think it will be helpful to them, because I think I did justice to the process in this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.